After Real Madrid broke the bank for Liverpool star Lorenzo Castorre Jr., making him the most expensive transfer ever, expectations were at an all-time high. However, his start was slow, getting 0 goals in his first 6 games and picking up an injury in between. Fortunately, his negative streak ended on the 7th game against Real Sociedad. But will that relieve some of the pressure, or will it only make it worse? So after finally getting his first goal for Los Blancos in the previous match, it was now time to face Tenerife in the Copa del Rey first round for Real Madrid. Now, Tenerife were having a really good season. They were, I think, 2nd or 3rd, I'm not sure. But here, Lorenzo Castorre, he needed to prove to the Real Madrid fans and to the media, because they were being super loud, that he had a lot more in him than what he had shown so far. He tried to set up teammates for assists, a little bit lack of confidence so far, because he wasn't going for the shots and the goals himself like he used to do Liverpool. He tried to assist the teammates most of the time. But here he found a nice gap, although the shot is saved. It's just bad luck for him. Whenever he does get a good opportunity, the keepers just turn into the prime Casillas or Buffon. But here a free kick by Lorenzo. And it's straight at the keeper again. It's just a little bit difficult for him so far in the Real Madrid shirt. Things are not flowing that well. And it's 0-0 at halftime, not the end of the world. We still have the second half, where Lorenzo Castorre definitely showed an even more hungry version of himself. There are shot again saved by the keeper, another brilliant save. And Lorenzo Castorre was getting very frustrated, trying to pass it again to the right back to him. And yet again, the keeper saves. It's just not going Castorre's way tonight. He was struggling mentally as well, because he knows that the price tag is very heavy, but it's not just about a lack of goals and numbers. He was also getting fouled heavily all the time, and this was taking a toll on his physical health as well. There we see another foul. Castorre is just struggling to get up. Like, he's not injured, but he's in a lot of pain. It's really uncomfortable for him, and he's just not having a good time like he did at Liverpool. The defenders are so much more aggressive here in Spain, and towards the very end of the match, a counter-attack by Tenerife was finished off. They beat us in our stadium. We tried and we had most of the chances and the shots, but they only needed that one chance to beat us. And in classic Real Madrid fashion, we are eliminated from the Copa del Rey pretty early on. After that, we traveled to Porto for our next Champions League match, and again, a lot of pressure on Castorre. He just wasn't delivering the numbers, he wasn't delivering the performances that they asked of him. And he was hoping that this would be the match where he would begin to silence those critics. A header again saved by the goalkeeper. And here, Mbappé played Lorenzo Castorre through, who tried to make the best of his speed. He's a very fast winger. But he just trips and falls, and overall it's just really hard to watch how much he's struggling, how difficult it is being for him so far in the Real Madrid shirt. In the second half he tried again, but again it goes out, it goes wide. It's just not happening for Lorenzo Castorre. And then after that, Porto took the lead against us, and I think that summarized the complete collapse of Lorenzo Castorre as he was subbed off by Xabi Alonso. Real Madrid managed to save a draw in that game later on, but without Lorenzo Castorre on the pitch, and it just was feeling really painful for him. So after the black hole that Lorenzo Castorre fell through in the games against Porto and Tenerife, it was now time to face Real Betis in the Bernabeu in La Liga. Now the Bernabeu was packed, and the fans were actually supporting and chanting in favor of Lorenzo Castorre. They believed in him and they wanted him to show his best version yet in the Real Madrid shirt. And this filled him with a lot more confidence and a lot more joy, as he was now starting to really flow in the Real Madrid kit. There, he gave a good delivery to Mbappé, who couldn't finish it, but he should have got assist there. A really nice touch, a really nice pass. And in the second half, nice play and connections, and Mbappé, he passes the ball to Lorenzo Castorre. And he gets his first Real Madrid goal in the Santiago Bernabeu. He does the Mbappé celebration as a way to thank Chilean for the assist, but that was mostly Lorenzo Castorre because what a shot, what a strike, curls it into the top corner and no keeper in the world is saving that. He had a few more chances later on at the end of the second half. Here he gave it back to Mbappe, gave him a nice present, but Mbappe couldn't deliver it. It would have been nice if he assisted Mbappe, but at the end of the day, it is a win at the Santiago Bernabeu thanks to the only goal by Lorenzo Castorre. And now he was starting to gain a lot more confidence because in the next match against Mallorca, Castorre did it again, back-to-back goals in back-to-back games, and you could start to see Lorenzo Castorre start filling himself with confidence. He was really struggling a few weeks ago, especially after that game against Porto, but now the goals are flowing and the play is being much better. So things were finally starting to run a lot more smoothly for both Lorenzo and for Real Madrid. The goals were starting to hit the back of the net, the play was getting much better and he felt a lot more comfortable wearing the white shirt. Here against Getafe, he had probably one of his best ever performances, and I don't mean just in Real Madrid, I mean in general. This is probably one of the best and finest games you will ever see of Lorenzo Castorre. First of all, he dribbled past the defender who tried to foul him, but Lorenzo was a bit too fast for him. But immediately after, he headers the ball, and the keeper gets to it. Still, good intent from Lorenzo Castorre, a backheel pass to Camavinga. And here, the defender gets the ball, but because of the heavy touch, Lorenzo Castorre steals it, and he is fouled. Very dirty tackle by the way, very dirty, and the referee in classic La Liga fashion doesn't give him a yellow card, it's just a warning one. That is arguably a red card. But in classic La Liga and Spain fashion, nothing is given, and straight away after in the second half, Lorenzo Castorre gets such a nice delivery, but he doesn't hit the back of the net, and he misses a golden chance to take the lead for Real Madrid. And here is another foul, yet another one in this match against Getafe. I've already lost count, they were definitely trying to injure him, that's for sure. But Lorenzo Castorre, he always has the final say. Because he perfectly and brilliantly wins a penalty for Real Madrid, for his team. They have fouled him all day long non-stop, but now inside the box, he takes the perfect touch and gets the keeper off guard. Dinhojsen scored our penalty. For some reason he took it despite being a defender, but he made justice to the very good penalty that Castorre had won. But that wasn't gonna be it for him because he was still hungry for more. Here he delivered a near perfect pass for Brahim, who completely fumbled the chance. It was a good opportunity to double the lead, and here yet another very aggressive challenge on him. Like, what is going on with Getafe and with La Liga? Why are they constantly hitting him and trying to hurt him? In the final minutes he got in the box, but he was yet again taken down. Very aggressive play in La Liga. But we won the match and Barcelona lost, and we are somehow 7 points clear at the top with only 9 games gone. It is looking fantastic. And to wrap up this video, I'm going to show you the final match against Porto in the Champions League, and this was just an absolute masterclass by Castorre. Back-to-back masterclasses here. Amazing and electric play by Castorre, sets up Vinicius for a very nice goal, and it's a really early lead for Real Madrid, 1-0. And right after that, Castorre did, well, what he loves to do the most. A back heel control and a cool finish from outside the box. It's very similar to goal he scored just a year ago with Liverpool, where he also controlled with the back heel and then drove it home from outside the box. Exquisite and delicious from Castorre. He almost made it a double, there hit the post. And afterwards with a right foot strike from outside the box again. And in the second half, the keeper denied him from a double. And we won against Porto, and that means that we are through to the last 16. First place isn't sealed, but it's looking very good.